lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to Sim Racing Media. We are live here in Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the iSNF Cup Series, the Sin City 200 at Las Vegas. My name is Liam Erbig. I'm here to bring you the flag-to-flag coverage. And I got a special guest up in the booth with me right now, the boss lady, Rhea Ferris. Well, that's what they say, but somebody's hoping to bring a trophy home from Vegas. They don't want that trophy to stay there. They want to take that right home, and we've got, looks like, almost 40 drivers ready to do battle for that trophy. Full. Yeah, I'm excited to be here for this show, and before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we got quite the conditions to be talking about for this race here today. The winds are sitting at 22 miles an hour on average here, with gusts potentially getting a little bit quicker. 65 degrees right now, and we've got a lot of dust coming in from the area, so this track is going to be dirty for the first couple laps these guys get on it, isn't it, Rhea? Yeah, and I noticed you said cookie cutter, but I don't really think Las Vegas is too much of a cookie cutter. I mean, I know we're showing our track map here, and it looks like our standard tri-oval here, but with the desert. No, I mean it definitely was, but I feel like what I was gonna say is that with the crazy temperature difference that you get in the desert, you're gonna have 100-degree days followed by 30-degree nights. That type of temperature change back and forth does a lot on this surface. So we've got a lot of crazy bumps, especially going through turns 1 and 2, that are gonna get these drivers a little bit nervous. He's 22nd in the points right now with 134 points. Just to put into perspective, our points leader, Angel Hernandez, has 308. Yeah, we know luck has not been on your side as of late, but we're hoping that luck turns around here in the Sin City 200. Las Vegas is going to be an absolute blast. And, well, you said it's a good track for you. What kind of things? I mean, what about this track suits you? That's the thing that you brought up there is just how wide this track is, compared to, even like in Atlanta that we saw on the Cup side last week. It's a lot narrower than it is here at Las Vegas. You could run right up next to the wall. You can run right down next to the white line. You've got plenty of space in between, and I'd expect to see a lot of guys using up all of the racetrack that they can here today. Curtis Kelly with a 29.58. Shane Posey just behind him with a 29.59. And Angel Hernandez, your points leader, at 29.61. Round out your top three in practice right now.
All right, Liam, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mute myself a little bit while you can ramble on a little bit during qualifying. I'm going to go over here and try to put down some hot laps here, see if we can get this swell machine up on the front row. I'll be right back.
Awesome stuff, Rhea. We appreciate you, and we apologize for the audio issue that we had there, not being able to get Rhea's audio working. But we've got it good now. We're going to tune into some qualifying laps as Angel Hernandez, your points leader, he's going to be the first one to get out of the racetrack. Rhea Ferris getting out there, as well as Isaac Wilson in that 24 relay Chevy Camaro. There's Rhea in her number 12 Menards Pennzoil machine. Angel Hernandez takes the green flag. So these guys get 4 laps to qualify. 5 minutes to do so. Isaac Wilson first to go top of the board. Now Angel Hernandez with the 29.66. These laps start coming in. Hernandez going to stop and try for another, it would seem. Justin Barkley jumps up to second place. Curtis Kelly getting out of the racetrack. He was fastest in practice. Jackson Carr getting up on to third place here. Fabricio Lamana on that 62 machine. Bad fast at 6th place right now. John Hopley, the Canadian, jumps up to third. Now gets passed by Jackson Carr for second. Angel Hernandez going to try another lap here. Michael Hagstrom in the 15 machine. Talked a little bit about him earlier in the show. Fellow countryman Alex Weggert goes fastest. He's going to take the pole. Well, provisional pole at this point. We'll see if Angel Hernandez can improve on his lap. Justin Barkley improves on his. He's going to jump up to second. Hernandez does not improve, but Brian Chu does. He goes up to second place. Christian Delgado, we talked with him a little bit in the pre-race.
Well, I gave it my all, Liam, so we'll see where we're at here, but right now it's not looking too good for a front row.
No, currently sitting P18 out of 29 drivers, 30 drivers who have put down a lap. But, you know, we talked a little bit in the pre-race, and I apologize, your audio didn't get through initially, so we could double back on some of those topics. But we talked about this tire wear and how it's going to be. I think comers and goers might be a main talking point throughout the course of this race. So right now, where you're starting might not be the tale of your day.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, we'll have to see here as of right now.
Tristan Bailey out on the racetrack, going to complete his final lap, see if he can improve from 7th place. He goes top of the board with a 29.56. Charles Etienne Boucher out on the racetrack, going to try to improve. He sits in 3rd place. 45 seconds left in qualifying. This is his 4th and final lap. Going to see if the Canadian can improve.
Yeah, it looks like Tristan Bailey fastest so far.
Mark Morton is out on the racetrack in that 31 colleague machine. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to complete his lap. Mike Iskandar, he's got 10 seconds left. Can he complete a lap? He's currently sitting 29th. We'll try to improve on that. Well, he crossed the line. Now we can give you guys a full review of our starting order here in Las Vegas. On the pole today with a blazing fast 29.563. It's going to be Tristan Bailey. Julian Martinez Pastor. Did I say that right?
Julian Martinez Pastor. Yeah,
Pastor.
starting outside of the front row. Yeah, Charles Etienne Boucher starting on the inside of row number 2. Alexander Weger starting P4 tonight. Adrian San Jose Arenas out of Spain starts P5. Angel Hernandez representing Mexico starting P6. John Hopley, the Canadian, starting 7th tonight. Justin Barkley in that number 22 machine. He starts 8th. Brian Chu out of Fort Myers, Florida starts P9. And then to his outside is Curtis Kelly from New Brunswick, Canada, starting P10. Steven Sear, 11th starting spot, and Isaac Wilson starting 12th. Jackson Carr starting 13th in car number 13, and Jason Ricketts to his outside in P14. You got the Portuguese driver Fabricio Lamana starting P15 in the number 62 car, and you have Joshua Gross to his outside in the number 23 car. You have let's see who else we got here. We have Chris Smith and Joey Maines for row number 9. Jeff Weimer in that Penske number 2 starts 19th, and Michael Gervey 20th. Michael Hagstrom out of Sweden, he starts 21st, and Jack Yeagerman to his outside in P22. We have Matty Forns and Mark Morton starting in row number 12. And we have, see who we have next there, Liam.
It looks like that would be you. 25th place, Rhea Ferris and Larry Fairman to your outside, the Canadian. Franz Bretschneider, Charles Robertson make up row 14. Mike Iskandar, Bob Wyckoff. Round out your top 30. Then we've got Matt Metler and Christian Delgado. Rosa Laszlo, Shane Posey, Jerry Parker, Cowie Gomez.
Yeah.
And then Eduardo Carrapato, Chris Van Maastricht, Nathan Christensen, Shane Griffin, Brian Treadwell, and Casey Tomlinson rounding out the cars that will be making and taking the grid here.
Yes, and there are a couple of paints too that I'm noticing on the broadcast. It looks like there's somebody showing a 23 Ionic or something paint that needs to be refreshed, and there's also a 31 black and red car floating around that shouldn't be as well. That Josh Grosso or somebody needs to be updated. So maybe another refresh, Liam. Yeah, it should be a great race, and we will catch you here in a little bit. I'm going to hop down to my team chat, and hopefully we'll put on a good show for you.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for your help with the free race here, Rhea. Can't wait to see a kick-ass show with the iSNF Cup Series.
All right, my friend.
Pace car's getting ready to make that hard left turn. Cards are all on the table. Let's roll the dice. Spin the wheel. It's time to go racing here in Sin City. Green flag is in the air. We are underway for 134 laps, 200 miles here in Las Vegas. Three wide for the race lead. Tristan Bailey's going to get away with it. Charles Etienne Boucher, second place, and Alex Wegert in the 84 machine is going to fall to third. Single file all the way back. Now we get a little bit of looking up to the top side from... We had one slowdown on the inside there. A lot of action going on here at the start. They're side by side. For sixth place, that's Curtis Kelly and Justin Barkley. The 13 machine just behind them. Isaac Wilson on the bottom side. Got a little bit loose there on the bottom, racing with the 22 of Justin Barkley. Angel Hernandez trying to work that top side, but the 14 slides up right in front of him. Going to get right to his rear bumper. Looks to the top side, thinks better of it for now. He's going to fall back in line as Isaac Wilson in the 24 staying to the back bumper of the 42. You see the 16 machine, Christian Delgado. He had to come down pit lane to start this race. He is unfortunately a lap down already. Shane Posey also out on the racetrack here, just in front of your leader, Tristan Bailey. He's at risk of going a lap down. Bailey is increasing that gap. He's got half a second over Weger right now in second place. 6 times the Cup Series has been to Las Vegas in the iSNF brand of things. 6 times, or 6 different winners. Each time we've shown up. Danny Solo won the race here last season rather. A whopping 9 countries are represented in today's race here. We've got over 25 drivers out of the U.S. 5 Canadians. We've got 1 driver from Mexico, 2 from Sweden, 1 out of Hungary, 1 from Norway, 2 out of Spain, 2 out of Brazil, and 1 driver out of Portugal here today. Gap for the lead continuing to increase. It's over a second now. Julian Martinez Pastor has gotten himself up into the 3rd place, but we have a gaggle of cars just outside of the top 10. Here's Matty Forns in the 44, right around 15th. He's kind of in the center of all this. He's got the 77 of Jack Yegerman to his outside. Tried to talk with Yegerman a little bit before the race. He was busy at the moment, so we might be able to try to talk to him again later. Almost a little bit of contact getting down into turn number 1 from the 44 of Matty Forns. Steven Sear, the 5, just in front of these guys, trying to work the top side of Mark Morton. He's going to get a nose up there down the back straightaway, and they are 4 wide. Just about 4 wide towards the back of this pack. That was Rosa Laszlo. Here's Mike Iskandar, the 47, battling. That's Bob Wyckoff in the 47. Iskandar was able to complete the pass on the 47. Now we've got the 8 of Franz Brettschneider trying to work the bottom of that 47 machine as well. We're going to see guys start to slide around, start to change their lines up more and more as this race goes on. Tristan Bailey, your race leader, he's been pretty consistent on that bottom, but I would expect to see him slide up the racetrack a little bit as this race goes on. Battle for second. Here's Julian Martinez Pastor. He's going to get that pass. Stays up to the top side to try to give some draft to the 84.
I've got those driver information boxes too to run up there. Liam, show everybody those new driver.
Oh, trouble off a turn 2.
We do have a wreck. We do have a wreck coming up, Liam.
Looks to be the 113, or the 13 machine rather, Jackson Carr. Got hard into the wall coming up off a 2. He's going to continue, but there's some major damage to the front end of that machine. You might have heard Rhea jump in talking about a new feature that we've got. We've got driver ratings on our driver info box down here. You see in the top right corner of that box. The driver rating here for Jackson Carr is 70. He's having himself a pretty good season. It goes up to 100. Right now, where he sits on the racetrack is not representative of that 70 mark. He's sitting in 31st place after that wall contact. Seems to be able to recover okay. I suppose if you're going to have a problem, you want to have it early as the 10 machine all up on the rear bumper. That's Nathan Christensen trying to find a way around the 13. Touched the apron a little bit there. Oh, up into the wall is the 78 of Brian Treadwell. Didn't seem to be significant contact there, but enough to lose a few spots. This battle for second is on fire. It has been since the start of the race. Up the racetrack slides the 24 of Wilson. He's going to make contact with that 42. He's going to hit him again down the front straightaway. See if we can't see what happened to Jackson Carr. Oh, it was a contact from the 22. It sent him hard into the wall. Tristan Bailey continues to lead this race. We're on lap number 16. He's got a 3-second lead over Julian Martinez Pastor. Is this going to be the time where the tires start to switch up? You can't imagine Bailey's been saving a whole heck of a lot running up front, running these blazing fast laps by himself. Last time around, it was a couple hundredths in the favor of the 41. Talked a little bit in the pre-race about how I think comers and goers is going to be a big story of the race. I tell you what, Pastor is coming. Tristan Bailey is now at 2.7 seconds of a lead. And the caution is out. Nathan Christensen, Christian Delgado, I believe, may have had something to do with it. Yeah, he's missing his front end completely. Oh, a heavy hit with the 20 as well. And oh, Bob, that's not Bob Wyckoff. It's Brian Treadwell in the 78. He got clipped. He's got significant right or left rear damage. That toe is destroyed. So the crash is already going on up top. '16 coming down the racetrack, trying to get out of the way, and ends up taking that 78 with him, of Brian Treadwell. Back to live pictures, and everybody's pitting. Only got 3 sets of tires in the pits. 2 stage breaks will be coming at lap 40 and lap 80. Be interesting to see what these guys choose to do. Is it going to be fuel only? Looks like a lot of fuel only here. Ryan Chu looks to win the race off of pit road. Chris Van Mastrick looks to have stayed out. Ryan Chu inherits the race lead after a blazing fast pit stop. Tristan Bailey will fall back to second. Then we've got Isaac Wilson. Julian Martinez Pastor. Chris Van Maastricht is coming into the pits this time around. Alex Regert up into the top 5. Angel Hernandez. Curtis Kelly. Justin Barkley. Adrian San Jose Arenas. And Charles Robertson round out your top 10. Michael Gervey was also involved in that accident with significant damage to his right side and front side. Still on the pit lane getting repairs done. Ryan Treadwell still getting repairs done as well, but Christian Delgado back onto the racetrack. Missing that front end. Looks like the toe has been out of shape, but a couple more drivers deciding to make another pit stop here. Matty Forns, there's Matt Metler up on the top side. Larry Fairman came in. Casey Tomlinson did not. Fabricio Lamana. Jackson Carr got the chance to get his damage looked at. Looks like they repaired some of it, but you can still see a little bit of a crinkle on that left front. Appreciate everybody who's tuning in live here on Sim Racing Media's YouTube. If you're just tuning in, it's been clean and green for the most part. Only one caution we're working right now. Up until the caution flag, up until the pit stops, Brian Chu, or Tristan Bailey rather, has led every lap. Brian Chu won the race off of pit road to take the lead. That is the first lead change of the day. Be interesting to see how these tires work out after 20 laps of use. Then a quick chance to cool them back down. Right before that caution came out, it looked like the 19 was starting to fall back to the rest of the field. So we'll have to see, with everybody restarting together on equal footing here, what the grip levels are going to look like. Talked a lot at the beginning of the race, during the pre-race a bit, about the wind, the crazy wind that we've been seeing here in Las Vegas all weekend. And of course the iSNF Cup Series, they're going to do everything they can to make it as realistic as possible. So it is crazy windy here, 22 miles an hour on average to the southwest, which means it's going to be blowing directly at you coming down the back straightaway. Definitely throw your quarters for a loop, too. Pace car makes that hard left turn once again. Brian Chu is going to lead him down into the restart zone, and green flag is out once again. 22 laps complete here in Las Vegas, 18 to go in the stage. Brian Chu with an amazing jump. Tristan Bailey trying to work the top side to keep second place. He's got help from the 41 of Pastor behind him. So far, so good on this restart. Here comes Bailey back to the bottom side of the racetrack. That's where he's been working all day. Chu gives him plenty of space up on the top side. Bailey with the help this time. He's going to be able to nose out in front, getting into turn 1 and clear. Tristan Bailey takes back the race lead here on lap number 24. Ryan Treadwell's having some problems. He's going to continue on as the pack rolls by. I don't think they fixed that toe link. Take a look at that in just a few moments as we've got amazing battling going on. What a big block there by the 84. Somebody tagged the wall coming up off of turn 2. I think that might have been the 47. Bob Wyckoff is losing spots up on the top side now. He's top 3, right up next to the wall, and losing a ton of track position. 34 is going to get stuck behind him. That's Jerry Parker. Tristan Bailey doing Tristan Bailey things. So far, so good here. He's led for 23 of 26 circuits here. Driver rating of 71. He's had himself a pretty smooth season so far. 12 starts and 3 wins. That's a pretty good stat line too. Looking to make it win number 4 here today at Las Vegas. Single file for the most part in the top 10. Here's Wegert trying to the inside of the 42. That'd be a pass for 7th place. Kelly scrapes the wall just a little bit coming up off of 4. That's going to allow the 84 to make that pass on the inside. A little bit of side draft, and now he's going to dive it down into turn 1. He's got help from the 9. So 2 Legacy Motorsports, Legacy Motor Club teammates here racing off of turn 2, getting really tight. Like the 84 should have that pass complete this time. The 9 is going to try to follow him through. It's Joey Maines in the 9. So we'll show you what happened to Brian Treadwell. He stopped in the infield. Oh my. Just got hooked on the apron, and somehow that did not bring out a caution flag. The auto cautions are on, so by all accounts that should have brought out a caution flag, but iRacing was asleep. Pastor is getting closer and closer to the back bumper of Bailey. Bailey not able to drive away like he was in the first run. I'm going to get 10 laps to go in this stage when they cross the line. Bailey, Pastor, Chu, Hernandez, Wegert trying to take away the 5th place from Charles Robertson. That 54 staying strong on the inside. Legacy Motor Club in the 84. A couple of Toyotas. And Joe Gibbs 54 on the bottom. Now the help moves to the top. That's the 24 of Isaac Wilson. Put Wegert back up into the top 5. Michael Hagstrom tried to get a run on Smith, but instead the 23 of Shane Posey's going to get down. Big time gaggle in the around the 25th position here. You see Matt Metler in that stage 60 build submarines machine. The outside of John Hopley in the 51. Ohanafly? Not familiar with that sponsor. It's a good looking paint scheme. The 44, Matty Forns out here as well. He's up top of this almost 3-wide battle. Jackson Carr making some time back from hitting the wall early. Still in 30th place, but looking to gain a few more. He's going to the bottom of 3-wide. All the way down to the apron. Almost 4-wide with the 44. The 51 has to check up just a little bit. It's going to put John Hopley back into 30th place. Jackson Carr moves up to 28th. Just behind all this battle is Rhea Ferris. Oh, we got a crash. The 42 goes around. That's Curtis Kelly. Heavy damage to the front end. Brian Treadwell. Well, he might have gotten in another one. See what happens as we're... Oh, man. Treadwell was already wrecking. Nowhere for the 42 to go. Have to back that up to see how it starts. Car was just handling poorly the whole time after that incident on the front straightaway. He's scraping the wall down the back here. Comes off it, overcorrects, and nowhere for the 42 car to go.
So this will not be staged, Liam, just FYI. So it'll be a little one lap shootout, I think, to a stage end.
Understood.
So laps 40 and 80 are stage breaks today. 3 extra sets of tires, 60% fuel, no fast repairs, and a unlimited incident count limit. I forgot to go over that with you guys in the pre-race show, so I apologize.
That's all right. We brought up the 3 tire sets, but didn't bring up the incident limit or the 60% fuel, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. I'll see you later.
Best of luck. So you heard it from the top. This is not the stage break. We're going to get ourselves a restart. Tristan Bailey's going to have, I believe, 1 lap to try to hold these hungry drivers behind him. I think it's safe to say that Brian Treadwell is effectively out of the race. Curtis Kelly has left the building. Michael Garvey as well. A tough way to start the day here. We work lap number 37 as they cross the line. And we're getting ourselves a clinic of just how good that new Toyota front end is. Ford as well with that new Dark Horse Mustang. They're looking pretty good. Four Toyotas in the top 5. Julian Martinez Pastor is the only Ford in second. Gotta go back to 6th place for our first Chevy. It's Isaac Wilson. Got teammate Joey Maines with him. Howie Gomez. The number 4, Sonny D. Ford. Adrian San Jose Arenas. And Joshua Grosso rounding out the top 10. Well, we'll take this awkward silence as a chance to go side by side. We'll be right back with the Stage 1 finish. And we are coming back. Coming back for the restart. Lights are off on the pace car. It's going to be a 1-lap shootout to decide the stage. Tristan Bailey leads over Julian Martinez Pastor, Angel Hernandez, Alex Wegert, Isaac Wilson, Charles Robertson, Joey Maines, Cowie Gomez, Adrian San Jose Arenas, and Joshua Grosso round out your top 10. Grosso. It's Grosso. I keep saying Grosso. Green flag back in the air. Tristan Bailey gets a huge shove from Toyota teammate Angel Hernandez. Can Hernandez make a move to try to take over the race lead? Huge push on the inside lane. Tristan Bailey's got himself half a car length coming up off of 2. Here comes Hernandez. Is he going to get a run? Not enough of a run. He's going to look to the inside, but not close enough to make a move. We've got 3 wide battles happening coming up off of turn 4. The 14 got checked up by the 9, and he's going to lose 2 spots. Now, is that damage to the front end of the 9, or from the 14 from that hit? As the caution comes out here to end stage number 1, Tristan Bailey gets it done. Angel Hernandez, Charles Robertson, Julian Martinez Pastor, Joey Maines, Alex Wegert, Adrian San Jose Arenas, Isaac Wilson, Justin Barkley, and Cowie Gomez round out the top 10. So Toyota takes 1, 2, 3 in stage number 1. We're going to see if we can't try to get a few words with our stage winner.
Oh, crap, you scared the crap out of me.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Tristan, it's Liam up in the booth. Got a copy.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, man, you had a dominating performance there in stage 1. What's under the hood of that thing?
Luck, I guess. I don't know. I was just driving it and was hoping that it stayed green there because I got a comfortable lead there before that first caution came out. I was just hoping it would stay green, but it didn't. But, just staying calm, running my line, staying consistent.
I'll let you pull in here before we ask you another.
Oh, you good? Go ahead. I'm fine.
Well, was there any sort of worry with your tires on that first long run there? With the, it looked like the 41 was starting to chase you down a little bit.
Not really. I mean, because I pitted on that first caution, took fuel only, and then I checked my tires when I came out. It seems like the lefts are wearing way more than the rights, which is kind of odd. But they seem to be fine.
Well, awesome stuff, man. We appreciate you talking with us. Congratulations on the stage win, and thanks for talking to us through your pit stop.
No problem, man. You have a good one.
That was Tristan Bailey, stage number 1 winner. Differing pit strategies, though. Brian Chu, once again, he's going to win the race off pit road. Mike Iskandar is up there as well. These guys actually elected to pit before the stage end under that caution. So Mark Martin as well, he's going to stay out here with Brian Chu, Mike Iskandar, John Hopley, Michael Hagstrom, Chris Van Maastricht, and Shane Posey. Jack Yagerman's the first one to come out on this pit stop. So this is definitely going to change things up a little bit. Should have kept him on a little bit longer to ask him how he was going to deal with this traffic. But alas, we'll just have to wait and see how he does it. Yeah, sorry about that, Mrs. Grosso. He told me how to say it before, and I don't know, I guess I just forgot, but we'll keep it in mind and make sure we get it said the right way. We want these guys to be represented properly with the amazing talent that they put on the racetrack. And so Jack Yagerman, Tristan Bailey, and Angel Hernandez are going to be the first 3 drivers on the tires, or on fresh tires from this caution. The 7 in front of them pitted right before the stage end. So they've got pretty fresh tires. They probably didn't go too hard on that last lap. Not really worried about stage points at that point. A perfect opportunity to flip the stage, as they say. They come across the line, the lights go out on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang safety car. And we are ready to roll for stage number 2. The stage will end on lap number 80. And it'll be interesting to see if these guys can make it all the way with 60% fuel. That's gonna cut it real close. Mark Martin going to restart in the race lead. He's got a driver rating of 32, which means the season has not really gone the way that he's wanted it to. However, starting up front here in stage number 2, he could keep that track position, turn it around. Also got the 51 John Hopley on his outside. He's got a 58, so a little bit better of a season for him so far this year. Let's see what this restart looks like. Of course, these driver ratings are based off of a metric done through Sim Racer Hub. Pace car makes that hard left turn. Stage 2 rather is green, and what a restart here by Mark Martin. He's gonna get 4 car lengths over John Hopley. Mike Iskandar moves to the inside. And now we've got 3 wide action. Up the racetrack goes the 51 of Hopley. Iskandar in the middle. Iskandar! No, that's not Iskandar. That's the 23, but they're into the wall hard. The caution's going to come out. John Hopley and Shane Posey. Larry Fairman had nowhere to go, and they're crashing behind him. The 11 car with heavy, heavy damage. That's Shane Griffin over there. The 10 scrapes the wall as he's trying to get going. That's Nathan Christensen. Looked like Iskandar in the red car in the middle there, but Iskandar was in front of it. It was the 23 who was stuck in the middle. And this stage starts out with a bang. These guys just kind of got hooked together. Yeah, they just got hooked together down the back straightaway, pointed towards the wall, and they were both kind of along for the ride at this point. You're going to see some guys checking up. 41 almost into the back of the 45. He just locks it up, gets up onto the wall. He's going to cut down. Oh, no, that's where the 11 gets hit. Huge contact into the wall for the 11. That could be a day ender. You see him lock it up behind the 7, the 10, the 48 locks up and hits the 10. A lot of good cars involved in that one. Mark Martin continues to lead over Mike Iskandar, Michael Hagstrom, Chris Van Mastricht, Brian Chu in the top 5. Tristan Bailey got himself up to 6th place in that half-a-lap restart. Alex Regert, Charles Robertson, Cowie Gomez, and Justin Barkley round out the top 10. So a couple of quick cautions here. We got a lap of racing, then a stage break, a half a lap of racing, and then a major pileup in turn 3, which involved at least 8 cars. Got started when the 23 and 51 got hooked together down the back straightaway and pointed towards the outside wall. When you get a big field of cars like this, it definitely becomes tough to avoid a crash like that happening right up in the front. You know, everybody's checking up, try to go different ways, try to give space. It's like the 43 down on the apron. He might be considering a pit stop. Maybe just playing around. No pit stop for the 43, Brian Chu, this time. Let's talk about this top 5 for a second. These guys started, most of them outside, all of them outside of the top 20. Mark Morton started 24th, Mike Iskandar in 29th, Michael Hagstrom in 21st, Chris Van Maastricht in 38th. This guy's doing a masterful job of utilizing all the laps in this race, trying different strategies to get track position. Slightly off cycle, just by a few laps, but see a little bump there from the 84 to the 15. Alex Wegert saying hello to Michael Hagstrom. Those two countrymen out of Sweden. Likely just messing around. So we're going to try this again. We're going to have 31 laps to go in stage 2, 30 laps to go in stage number 2. I think that's going to basically take away the fuel question. These guys should be able to make it to the end of the stage on fuel. The next stage, however, they are definitely going to need a pit stop. It's going to be a 54-lap stage. Pace car makes the hard left turn onto pit road once again. 31 leads him down and gets another dominant restart. Oh, we got problems with the 4. Cowie Gomez, around goes the 99. Cowie Gomez couldn't get going on the start, and Eduardo Carapito gets the worst of it. Cowie Gomez is off the pace. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. We move back up to the front. Big time action here. Tristan Bailey lost a couple of spots on that restart. He's at the tail end of this pack. Double wide for the race lead, almost 3 wide for second place, or for third place rather. Here comes Wegert diving it in deep, sliding up the racetrack in front of the 43. Mark Martin on the outside of Michael Hagstrom racing for the lead. Hagstrom right on that white line. It might have caused him to slip up just a little bit. Inside lane prevails for now as now the 84 tries to make a pass for second place on Morton. Big time fan out down the back straightaway. Tristan Bailey went all the way to the bottom, trying to get around the 3 and the 1. That's Iskandar and Boucher. Justin Barkley in that 22 Pennzoil machine, hoping to bring some of that Joey Logano speed with him. Logano won the pole for the Cup race tomorrow. Justin Barkley trying to utilize that speed, utilize that Penske power as he looks to the middle. Matt Mettler was slow on the inside, coming up off of turn number 4. He's got heavy damage to the right side of that machine. He cannot turn. Back up front, things heating up for third and fourth place. You see that 84 just going back and forth, trying to figure out which way to go. Now the 3 car is going to get split in the middle. Etienne Boucher. He's got Bailey on his inside. Got passed by the 43. He's going to try to keep that top side momentum rolling, though. Let's go back and take a look at that restart. That just seemed like the Ford missed a shift potentially, or something like that. He just couldn't get going after the initial shift. He does okay there. And right there, he just can't go. Carapato checks up. The 9 car just runs into the back of him a little bit. Turns to 99, head on into the inside wall. Back up front, Mark Morton continues to lead over Charles Robertson in the 54. Third place, Alex Wegert. And fourth is Tristan Bailey. Ryan Chu made his way into 5th place. Charles Etienne Boucher just behind at 6th. Side by side for 7th place as Justin Barkley is trying to defend from Grosso. So Joshua's going to be able to move through. Take that position. Grosso, of course, our defending champion here. Out of Red Wing, Minnesota. We do love Minnesotans here. I am a Minnesotan myself, so good to see us getting up into the racing scene. Got William Sawalich out of Eden Prairie. He's doing pretty good on the ARCA side. Side by side for the race lead. Here comes Robertson. He's got a push from the 19. Toyota teammates working together with Joe Gibbs Racing. Morton on the top side, still trying to keep enough on the side draft to pull forward down the front straightaway. He does. He's going to lead that lap by a scotch. Robertson leaning on that 31 as much as he can without hitting him. Side draft down the back straightaway, and that's just going to pull them closer and closer to the cars behind. Tristan Bailey in 3rd place loves what he's seeing right now. He's going to have the chance to move to the inside for 2nd. As Robertson gets clear for the race lead. Morton still fighting hard up on the top side for 2nd place. Trying to keep Bailey behind him. The 51 car is damaged. Getting back onto the racetrack, though. He stays out of the way on the apron. Morton putting up a pretty tough fight here with Tristan Bailey on his inside. This is Morton's first season with iSNF. He started all 6 races. 1 top 10, but 3 DNFs. Not the way he wants to have this season roll for him. Sitting up in the front, paddling for 2nd place. That's going to swing his momentum a little bit better and, could help turn his season around. It's just behind him, the 3, Charles Etienne Boucher. The Canadian up on top. The Swede down on the bottom of Alex Wegert. These guys are still packed up. They've got almost 2 seconds of separation back to 11th place, Angel Hernandez. Oh, look at Jackson Carr. Hard into the wall goes Iskandar. That wasn't Jackson Carr. That was Isaac Wilson on the inside. Seemed like he had a massive head of steam coming around Mike Iskandar. Might have made contact, and I think they both got into the wall. Take a look. Oh man, they just hooked together and Iskandar got the worst of it. Back to live picture here. Charles Robertson continues to lead over Tristan Bailey, and now Boucher has worked his way up into third place. Martin's falling back a little bit. Grosso to his inside, going for fourth. It's the only side-by-side battle in the top 10. Everybody else is pretty much single-filed out as Mark Martin goes way up the racetrack. Right up next to the wall. Sideways goes the 43 coming up off of turn 4. Might have been a little bit of contact from teammate Alex Weggert. If there was, it was just the slightest little bit of contact. A little bit loose is the 3 car. So now Grosso looks to the inside for second place. Tristan Bailey might have had a little bit of a checkup. Grosso's going to complete that pass. He's going to get clear. Up the racetrack slides Bailey. That might give the chance to the 84 to move to his outside. That's Alex Weggert. Approximately halfway through this race. Just 12 laps to go here in stage number 2. A little bit loose there was the 84 of Weggert. That's the 43 to go all the way down the racetrack. Thinking he might have had to avoid something. Brian Chu out of Fort Myers, Florida. Sitting just inside the top 10. He's another driver who wants his momentum to turn around this year. Oh, problems off of turn 2. Is that Iskandar? Iskandar got turned around coming up off of 2. He goes to the apron, so no caution. Oh man, he just got loose in front of Tristan Bailey. Heavy impact to the inside wall. This day has just gone from bad to worse for Mike Iskandar. Robertson continues to lead over Charles Etienne Boucher. Joshua Grosso in third and Alex Weggert in fourth. Got Justin Barkley in that 22, rounding out the top 5. Single file all the way through the top 10. Virtually through the top 20. You've got to go back to Cowie Gomez to find the first side-by-side battle as he's working to the inside of Steven Sear. There's Casey Tomlinson in that 7 Rays Energy machine. Trying to take a position away from Joey Maines. Maines might have a little bit of damage from getting into the back of Carapato at the start of this stage. Could be why he's towards the back. We saw him running up front within the top 10 for a good portion of the early part of this race. Comes Rosa Laszlo to the inside, trying to take a spot away from Chris Smith, but Chris Smith stays strong up on the top side. Battle heating up for second place at the end of stage number 2. Grosso to the inside. He's got a Toyota behind him and Weggert. "60 laps to go in the race next time by. 5 laps to go in the stage." Grosso was able to get in front for second place. We'll see if they're able to close that gap down on the race leader. Last time by, it was 2/100ths in favor of Robertson. It's about half a second right now. Oh, problems down the back straightaway. Around goes the 43 of Brian Chu, and the caution's going to come out. Now, I believe this happened one lap later than... I think this one might end the stage. Might have to wait for Rhea to jump in and tell me, but this one might end the stage here. I have to back it up a little more to see where that started with the 22. Okay. So the 43 is coming up off of 2. He's going to get a little bit loose and scrape the wall. He gets it pretty good there. Tries to keep it straight, but he's likely going to hit that wall anyways. And nowhere for the 22 of Justin Barkley to go, but straight into the back of him. Angel Hernandez all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Does a great job avoiding this incident. Everybody's pitting. If you take tires here, we only have one set left. It's like the 14 wins the race off of pit. Or no, he stayed out. Along with Rhea Ferris. Alex Wegert's going to win the race off of pit lane. See what the 14 and 12 decide to do here. Potentially staying out to lead a lap here. Or at least trying to. It didn't work for Ferris. Major damage all over the 23, just behind her. The 3 car is still in the pits. But we're going to go ahead and take another quick break here. We'll be right back with the restart. That commercial wasn't important anyways. Alex Wegert's going to lead him down to the green flag over Joshua Grosso, Charles Robertson, Jackson Carr, Angel Hernandez, Tristan Bailey, Julian Martinez-Pastor, Isaac Wilson, Michael Hagstrom, and Mark Morton. Top 10 as we get ready to start the final stage. Lap number 80 coming our way. Once again, a great restart from the driver in P1. This time, Alex Wegert. "55 laps to go here in Las Vegas." Robertson got right to the back bumper of the 84 there. He got a little bit loose coming up off of turn 4 as well. That's going to give Tristan Bailey the outside. Huge shot from the 41 machine is going to push that 54 right back into the side-by-side battle for second. Robertson and Bailey, that was a huge push from Pastor. You see Grosso up on the top side of Pastor. Now he's got Jackson Carr with him. Jackson with a great recovery after getting into the wall very hard earlier. Kept his head down. He's used his pit stops to get that damage repaired. Now he's back up here racing for a top 5 spot. Great job by Jackson. So they're side by side in front of a Pastor and Grosso. 3 wide just behind him with Angel Hernandez getting shoved up the racetrack. He's going to scrape the wall a little bit coming up off of 2. Doesn't seem to have hurt his momentum a whole lot, but he's still up top of 3 wide. Almost a little bit of contact with the 44, and now the 31 looks to make it 4 wide, thinks better of it. Just 3 coming up off of 4. Super tight quarters. Rosa Laszlo almost into the back of Mark Martin there, coming up off of 4. Everybody stays clean and green, gets away with no contact. Angel Hernandez continuing to lose positions, though. Came into this race with the points lead, 312 points. Second place was 287 points. So he's got a 35-point gap right now. You can afford to lose a couple spots. It is relatively early in the season, but you don't want to. You don't want to give up anything you don't have to. Wegert's getting out to a little bit of a lead. We haven't really seen that since Tristan Bailey on the first run. Bailey sits at second. He's got a good push for Charles Robertson coming up, though. Side by side, coming through 3 and 4. Jackson Carr and Isaac Wilson almost make contact. It's the 15 of Michael Hagstrom. He's got pressure from the top side. Now Mark Morton gets really close to his door, side drafts him. He's going to take that position away, put Michael back into 10th place. It's that 2 now. Jeff Weimer, he's trying to make a move to take away that top 10 spot. Up the racetrack slides to 44. Matty Fords. Oh, a little bit of contact there with the 31 and the 24. They didn't know they were 3 at the moment. Fords, he's looking for his first win. He's up in the top 10, sitting in the middle of a Chevrolet sandwich. Chevy is the meat. There's 3 Chevys, 3 wide there. Is coming through turns 3 and 4. He's going to be able to slide up in front of Wilson, make that pass. Puts him up into 7th place. Notice a question mark there next to the driver ratings. You don't really know what to expect out of Matty. He's having himself a good day right now, though, as he's got the 24 looking to his inside, making it 3 wide once again. Jeff Weimer had to check up just a hair, and with all that, we missed the pass for the lead as Tristan Bailey has gotten around to Alex Wegert. Wegert, big time loose, almost into the door of the 54 of Charles Robertson. Now he's going to potentially lose 3rd place as well as Pastor moves to his inside. Grosso slid up just a little bit, almost got into the door of the 24 coming up off of 2. It's that 44, Matty Fords. He's still working the top side. Mark Morton. He's got Guy's trying to figure out a way around Grosso right now, and Grosso doesn't want to let him. He wants to get that momentum back and try to chase those guys down in front of him. Meanwhile, Morton moves down to his inside. He's going to try to take away the 8th position. Or 7th position, rather. Larry Fairman and Chris Smith fighting up off of turn number 4. Just in front of them, Cowie Gomez and Rosa Laszlo. Franz Brettschneider and Michael Hegstrom getting really close through turns 1 and 2. Fabricio Lamana is another driver that we haven't talked about a whole heck of a lot today, and that's 62 Beard Motorsports Chevy. Sitting just outside of the top 10, 13th place right now, hoping to hit into that battle just in front. Angel Hernandez moves back up into 8th place in front of Mark Morton. Jeff Weimer's going to be able to get around Matty Forbes. That's for a top 10 spot. Where is he? Here comes Forbes back up on the top side. A little bit of a run, a little bit of side draft is enough to keep them side by side coming down the back straightaway. Bailey hasn't been able to drive away like he did in the first stage. Robertson staying really close to his back bumper. You can see Bailey starting to use that air. He cuts down in the middle part of the corner to run that bottom side, potentially taking some air off the front end of that 54. He can't use up all the racetrack that he wants to. That time it seemed to go in the favor of the 54. He was able to keep that nose about 2 feet into clean air on the bottom side of the 19. He's going to close in within a 10th. Looks down to the inside into turns 1 and 2. But the 19 takes a wider arc, cuts down, and hits that apex a little bit later than the 54 does. Going to allow the 19 to hold on to that race lead. Turns 3 and 4 seems to be where Robertson can make up some time. Now he's starting to get a little bit of pressure from the 41 behind him as the lap car, the 43, Brian Chu, stays out of the way, but definitely checked up your race leader a little bit. He wasn't able to use up all the racetrack that he wanted to. Robertson trying to utilize that line that he sees the 19 do, but he wasn't quite able to do it as well. So now Tristan Bailey gets out by about 2 car lengths, getting into 3 and 4. Here comes a battle for second place. To the inside goes Pastor. He's going to hold that bottom nicely, get a little bit of side draft coming down the back straightaway. Didn't quite have enough of a run to try to send it in and slide up. That's going to allow Robertson to stay strong on the top side. That's also going to allow Tristan Bailey to run away with this race lead. He's already got 0.4 of a second now. Carr moves to the top side of the racetrack. He's trying something else. Oh, contact coming up off of turn 2. They still hit. Robertson's around. There's problems in the back as well, and the caution's going to come out. Robertson waiting for a break in traffic to get back down. There was a couple of different things going on there. '41 slides up into the 54, and they just start door banging. Can't really get off of each other. And I think something happened with Chris Smith at the same time. Oh, Michael Hagstrom got turned. A bit of contact from the 4. That would not have brought out the caution. However, the incident with the 54 down the back straightaway definitely does. Everybody's coming into pit for fuel. The question is, do they take tires now? Or did they save them? Get a good look at Tristan Bailey at the front pit stall, see what he's going to do. He's taking left sides. We talked with him after stage number 1. He talked about how the left side seemed to wear a little bit more than he expected. I believe Wegert's going to beat him off the pit lane. Rhea Ferris stays out to lead a lap. We're going to go ahead and do another quick side-by-side break. Finish that commercial that I said didn't matter, even though you guys have already seen it. We'll be right back. And I tell you what, those sim racing media, that's a protest tees, are super comfy. And it is also, the sim racing media mouse pad is the best mouse pad I have ever owned. So I would highly, highly recommend you get one. Back here live, though, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Going to be 34 laps to go when they cross the line. Current leader is Rhea Ferris, was elected to stay out. Probably assuming we're going to see some more caution and that she's going to get a chance to come back in and put on those tires. Everybody behind her is going to do the same. It'll be interesting. We saw Tristan Bailey take only left sides that time. So if we do get a late race caution, is the right side tire strategy going to be enough for him, or is somebody who maybe didn't take tires this last time around going to take advantage? We'll find out. Lights are off on the pace car. Rhea Ferris going to lead him down. Alex Wegert, Tristan Bailey, Joshua Grasso, Angel Hernandez, Julian Martinez Pastor, Matty Forns, Cowie Gomez, Isaac Wilson, and Jeff Weimer round out your top 10. Jack Yeagerman, Larry Fairman, Charles Etienne Boucher, Joey Maines, Casey Tomlinson, Franz Brettschneider, Fabricio Lamana, Adrian San Jose Arenas, Rosa Laszlo, Steven Sear, Bob Wyckoff, Nathan Christensen, Chris Van Maastricht, Jason Ricketts, Mark Martin's up in here too, Michael Hagstrom getting back onto the racetrack, Chris Smith, Jerry Parker, and Shane Posey. Justin Barkley coming out of the pits with damage, along with Jackson Carr, who got some damage in that one as well, as Christian Delgado was involved in our first caution of the day. He's been getting repairs done ever since. Back on the lead lap, though, Delgado is, as the lights have been off. The pace car makes that hard left turn. We're going to see what Rhea Ferris, the boss, can do from the front. Super strong restart out of that Penske Pennzoil Ford. Make away to about 2-3 car lengths of a lead going into one, but Tristan Bailey, he's got the draft. He's going to try to suck right back up to that back bumper. Got a lot of help behind him. Grasso looks to the inside of the 84. Thinks better of it there. Here comes Hernandez up to the top side of Grasso. Tristan Bailey slides up the racetrack quite a bit there. 41 looks to the top side. Not quite enough to get side by side with him. Bailey loose on corner entry. He's going to slide up the racetrack again. He's going to put the 41 up into the wall. Not that the 19 did it, just the reaction to the move. Sideways down the back straightaway with somebody. Looked like the 34 potentially of Jerry Parker. Or it could have been the 22. It was a yellow car. Tristan Bailey has a host of cars on his rear bumper as Rhea Ferris is starting to drive away. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 24 and the 41 coming up off of 2. 3 wide down the back straightaway. That's Isaac Wilson in the middle. Or on the top side of that. Pastor's in the middle. Pastor slides up a little bit, leans on Wilson. Not quite clear. Wilson wanted to come down real bad there. Weimer now to the inside. They're 3 wide for 5th place. Weimer on the bottom. He's going to nose out front. Pastor in the middle. Jackson Carr. Grosso touches the wall. Grosso did. These guys are door banging down the back straightaway. Sideways is the 41. He's still sideways. So is the... Oh, around goes Julian. He's still saving it. Bob Wyckoff into Larry Fairman. And around goes the 48. And the 41 finally spins. Jason Ricketts is involved as well. Pastor and Ricketts both spin off of the racetrack, so that's not going to bring out a caution here. Rhea Ferris trying to work the top side of the 8. That's going to allow Tristan Bailey to get back to her. Franz Bretschneider trying to keep himself from going another lap down. The caution comes out quickly. He would be the first car 1 lap down. He is at risk of going 2, and getting us this late in the race. We got 25 to go when they cross the line. 26 to go. Can't really rely on free passes. Big time battle here just inside the top 20. Rhea Fair is still holding on to the race lead. That 8 of Franz Bretschneider is actually quicker. He's able to get around and pull away from your race leader. Angel Hernandez works his way into 2nd place, trying to block off the run from Isaac Wilson and now take that shove to the back of Tristan Bailey. These Toyotas are going to be strong. They're going to have a run getting into turn 1. Here comes Bailey to the bottom side for the race lead. 26 laps to go, and Bailey takes the lead from Rhea Ferris, and she is just getting freight trained on the top side. No help at all with that 12 car. She did a great job leading for a while and pulling away, but that draft and those left side tires on the 19 prevailed. She should be in good shape if we get a caution, though. Be able to come in, take 4 tires, potentially work through the field. So Fabricio Lamana, talked about him a little bit when he was outside the top 10. Working up into the top 5. Weimer hits the wall coming up off of 2. Isaac Wilson goes to the bottom for the race lead. Weimer doesn't care about that wall touch. He's going for 2nd. This has been an absolutely incredible show from start to finish from the iSNF Cup Series. These guys have done an incredible job racing super hard, racing super clean. We've had a couple of incidents, but alas, we are in for a great 24 laps, 23 laps to finish this show out. Isaac Wilson holds out of the race lead. Tristan Bailey is falling back now. Angel Hernandez is under fire from Alex Wegert, who goes all the way to the grass coming up off of turn number 4 to try to get that nose out front. He's got the nose, but the 45 stays strong on the top side. Looked like Wegert got the wall a little bit, or not that wall, got the apron a little bit. Hernandez got the wall. Hernandez trying to work that top side. He's got some Toyota help with Grasso behind him. Here comes the 4 of Cowie Gomez. An up and down day for the 4 of Gomez for sure, but he's inside the top 10 trying to make something happen. He's got himself a 30 driver rating on the season right now, hoping for a little bit of a recovery as he cuts down to the inside of Wegert. There's contact. Wegert blocks. That sends the 4 of Gomez down the racetrack. And now he's on the bottom of a 3-wide situation he potentially doesn't want to be in as he slides up the racetrack into the 77 just a little bit more. Jack Yagerman gave him about all the space he could. Cowie Gomez, he wants to get back up there and, well, I don't know. If it were me, I'd want to get around that 84. You put a block on me, I'm going to show you my bumper the same way you showed me yours. You're just going to have to see it from a little bit far away. So I'm going past. Up the racetrack goes the 9 of Joey Maines. This is just outside the top 10. Cowie Gomez sits in 10th place. He's got Joey Maines, Charles Etienne Boucher just behind him trying to take that spot away. '22 machine is showing pace. He's definitely, oh no, sorry, that's Rhea. Rhea is showing pace. Thought it was the 22 lap down machine, but no, Justin Barkley is a lap down. He's just got damage from an earlier incident. Less than 20 to go. Isaac Wilson leads over Jeff Weimer and Fabricio Lamana, and these guys have 2 seconds over Tristan Bailey. Angel Hernandez goes down the racetrack. Looks to be getting out of the way of Grasso. Slides back up the racetrack in front of Laszlo. Laszlo tried to take away the 6th place with help from Jack Yagerman. Just 18 laps to go. Isaac Wilson starting to get himself a little bit of a gap. It's 3/10 right now, and they're side by side for second. Here comes Fabricio Lamana up on the top side of Weimer. Weimer's going to slide up the racetrack. Not able to use up all the racetrack he wants to. Advantage to Lamana. Weimer dives it in deep. He's got a little bit of a nose out front. Now he's going to have him cleared coming up off of 2 as Lamana tightened up. Had to slide way up the racetrack and get out of the gas. Wilson is loving this. Starting to close in on the 8 machine that got around these guys a little bit before when Rhea Ferris was leading the race. And Rhea has to come into the pits. Right as we bring her up, here comes Eduardo Carapato as well. Likely could have been speeding there. Isaac Wilson, he's got 4/10 of a race lead. He's chasing down the 8 of Franz Brettschneider. Brettschneider is 1 lap down. How much of a fight does he put up? Holds on to the bottom, touches the apron, slides up the racetrack. That's going to allow the 24 to close in just a little bit more. Isaac Wilson. A big time block out of the 8, and Wilson's going to send him. And Franz is racing him hard. He wants to stay just 1 lap down because he knows if the caution comes out right now, he's going to get it back. Well, he could. Rhea Ferris is now 1 lap down as well. The 8 machine got out of the apron a little bit more. He is blocking like crazy. He doesn't want to lose this lap. That allows Weimer to close the gap. Get within just a couple tenths here now of the race leader. Here comes Wilson looking top. But he just can't do anything about the 8 right now. 13 laps to go. Now, how much does that affect the air on the front of the 24? They're starting to catch up to some other lap cars. Pulling away from Tristan Bailey. Oh, man. That got super close coming through 3 and 4. That 8 machine needs to get out of the way. If you're the 24, you are screaming on the mic, screaming all over the radio. Get this guy out of my way. Get this guy to stop blocking me. He finally gets the run to move up to the top side. Now they've got Chris Smith just in front of them. The 8 dives it in. He drives it in deep. He's going to get stuck. He goes underneath the 21. They split him. Isaac Wilson is finally clear of the 8 of Franz Brettschneider with 11 laps to go. Absolutely fantastic battle there. Would have been great if it was for position, but Franz is doing everything he can to try to stay in contention for this race and get some more points. He's not going to let these other guys get around him either because he wants to try to get back to that 24. Here comes LaManna up on the top side. He took second away from Weimer. He's got the run up on the top side. He slides up the racetrack potentially more than he wanted to. Now there is no one in between first and second. Mauricio LaManna still working that middle to top side. Isaac Wilson holds on to about a 4/10 of a second lead. Under 10 laps to go. Oh, and around goes the 8! Down the back straightaway! Up onto the racetrack and the caution comes out! Oh, man. Now, you knew people weren't going to be happy with the way the 8 was racing, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see the replay here. Oh, man, what in the world? We got to slow that down, because I noticed a couple things. So it looked like the 2 was trying to get in behind the 8, but it seemed like the 8 checked up while he was on the top. So the 2's got space to get in there. He starts moving up. And the closing rate is changing. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. I mean, I've seen intent wrecks, and that didn't look like one to me. Yeah, you could hear him get out of the gas. Not entirely sure what that was about, but I'm sure that, that Weimer didn't expect that. Not sure what the 8's got going on right now. He is parked at the start-finish line. So 7 laps to go. Under caution here. Late in Las Vegas. You see the 8 machine still on the inside. I'm not sure what his goal is, if he's trying to be Josh Williams and just park it, or what we got going on there, but appreciate everybody who's been tuning in live here on Sim Racing Media. Rowdy RT, Leandro Castro, DH. Good to see you guys. Malva as well. Looking for Rhea Ferris. She's in 28th right now after having to make a green flag pit stop. Stayed out under the previous caution. Didn't have enough fuel to make it to the end, so she had to come in and pit. Should be getting the free pass this time around, though. Been an up and down day for Rhea. She's led some laps. She's run at the back. Hoping to get that 39 driver rating up a little bit more throughout the course of the season. Now the 8 has finally gotten off of the front straightaway and is coming back around down the pit lane. We are getting 1 to green. Isaac Wilson's going to choose the outside. That's pretty much the first time we've seen that all day. We haven't really had to talk about it a whole lot, but leader gets to choose. So Isaac Wilson choosing that top side over Fabricio Lamana. Jack Yeagerman in third, Jeff Weimer, Charles Etienne Boucher, Rosa Laszlo, Justin Barkley and Mark Morton, Joshua Grasso, and Tristan Bailey round out your top 10. We've got 5 laps to go, coming to 4 to go at the restart. Who is going to take home all the money, all the prizes here in Las Vegas? Who hits? Who busts? I don't know the rules to craps, but who craps? We'll find out. We got 4 laps to go. Isaac Wilson up on the top side. Fabricio Lamada already a car length back. Green flag. An amazing start up on the top side for Wilson and for Jack Yeagerman to get up into second place. Three wide already. There's the 22 of Barkley. Four wide, almost 5 wide down the back straightaway. Angel Hernandez is in the middle of this. Howie Gomez right to the back bumper of the 45. These guys are deadlocked. Contact with the 44 and the 31 up the racetrack. Grasso got into the wall. The 14 clips the apron. Everybody continues on. Patty Ford's up on the in the middle of 3 wide, gets into the back of the 31, sends him down a little bit. Alex Wegert all the way down in front of Angel Hernandez to block. Jeff Weimer up the racetrack. Hernandez to the middle to try to take that spot away, and here comes Tristan Bailey to the inside of the 3 for 4th. 2 laps to go for Isaac Wilson. He's got the 77 on his rear bumper, and we are under caution. Rondo Carapato is involved. Chris Van Mastricht, heavy damage on the front end of that thing. Oh, Carapato's already crashed. Oh, man! So Tomlinson was sliding in front of the 99 and clipped him. It seemed like as everybody was trying to avoid that, that's where the 38 got clipped. Tough break for the 38. And he thought he had it. So that's going to take him out of the race and set us up with overtime. Little green, white checker action. So we'll take the green flag, go around a lap, we take the white. 1 lap to go. If we get that white flag without a caution, we run it back. We come to the checkers. If the caution comes out before the white flag, well, we're going to try it again. Get up to 3 attempts at a green-white checker here. And as the sun is really started to go down, a lot of the track is in shade and shadow. Temperatures are dropping. It's still windy. These guys might have a little bit more grip here at the end than maybe they did at the start. See who's willing to push it to the limit. Try to hit 21. Go all in on red or black. Maybe even green. Yeah, just a friendly reminder to keep all chat, civil and respectful. Isaac Wilson holds on to the race lead over Jack Jagerman. We can keep this scrolling now. Fabricio Lamana in third, Tristan Bailey, Charles Etienne Boucher rounding out the top 5. Angel Hernandez, Alex Wegert, Justin Barkley, Cowie Gomez, and Jeff Weimer in the top 10. Rosa Laszlo, Matty Forbes, Adrian San Jose Arenas, Michael Hagstrom, Joshua Grosso. We've got Steven Sear, Mark Morton, Joey Maines, Jason Ricketts, Shane Posey, Jerry Parker, Chris Smith, Christian Delgado, Jackson Carr, Casey Tomlinson, and Rhea Ferris getting back onto the lead lap. Brian Chu is your first car 1 or more laps down. He sits 2 down. Larry Fairman and Franz Bretschneider still on the racetrack. Chris Van Mastert, I believe, going to be done for the day after that. Eduardo Carapato still on the racetrack. Bob Wyckoff is not. John Hopley back on the racetrack. Mike Iskandar coming down the pit lane to get some more damage taken care of. Michael Gerby as well. Nathan Christensen is the last car that is here, but he is getting some more repair work done on pit lane. See if he's able to get out for these final 2 laps. If it is just 2 laps, we'll find out. Lights are off on the pace car. Wilson's ready to lead him down over Jagerman, Lamana, Bailey, and Boucher. 4 Chevys and 1 Toyota in the top 5. 3 Americans, 1 Brazilian, and 1 Canadian. Got a lot of the world represented here in the iSNF Cup Series, and they're about to give you guys a show that you'll be talking about. This time Wilson chooses the bottom. Race car makes that hard left turn. Once again, we've got 2 laps to go to decide a winner in Las Vegas. Green flag is in the air, and the 77 did not go on the top. LaManna's going to be able to get through for second place. Seems like everybody gets away from the restart okay. Tristan Bailey goes through the middle, trying to take away the spot for the 77. Down the back straightaway. Does LaManna have a run? He looks to the inside. Doesn't quite have enough. Spin in the back. Crash. Grasso. Caution is out. We're going to try it again. That front end is gone on the 54. Or the 23, rather. Yeah, it was just on the inside of the 44. It seemed like it loosened up on him. And oh, nowhere for Larry Fairman to go in the 20 as well. Takes a huge hit. That's Michael Gervey, who was already damaged from an earlier incident. Try to back it up a little bit more. Oh, Weimer got turned around as well. Weimer gets turned down, and that's where the contact for the 44 came. And that's what got the 23 upset. And there's nowhere for a lot of guys to go. Rhea kind of driving through there, getting what she can. We're going to re-rack it. Try it again. Going to go ahead and take one final quick break here before we get to the checkers. Be right back. And we're back live. Getting ready for another restart. Isaac Wilson continues to lead over Fabricio LaManna. Kristen Bailey's up to third. Alex Weggert. Charles Etienne Boucher still in the top 5. Got Angel Hernandez, Justin Barkley, Jack Yagerman, Cowie Gomez, Rosa Laszlo. Real quickly, we'll show you what the points situation looked like coming in to this race. Up at the top of the board, Angel Hernandez leads over Charles Etienne Boucher. Right now, those guys are 5th and 6th place on the racetrack. So Boucher's going to have to try to get around that 45 and get a couple spots between them if he wants to close in on that points gap. Lights are off on the pace car once again. Wonder if that works. It does not. Lights are off on the pace car once again. We're going to try this for the second time. Get up to 3 attempts at it. So if the caution comes out before we take the white flag, we'll re-rack it, try it one more time. But if we take the white flag, all bets are off. You can crash wherever you want. That white flag comes out, we're coming to the checker flag. Wilson chooses the top side once again. I think that's notable because the last time the 62 restarted on his inside, he got a really bad restart, which allowed the 24 to get out to a decent cap and continue to defend. Well, here we go. 2 laps, 3 miles. All the cards on the table. The pace car makes that hard left turn once again. Field in the hands of Isaac Wilson. Everybody behind him stacking up. Green flag is out, and the 62 has a problem. Unable to get going. He moves to the bottom of the racetrack. He's got it going now, but that takes away his chance at potentially racing for this win. Here comes Tristan Bailey all over the back bumper of Wilson. He gets him loose coming up off of 2. He's going to try to look to the top side. He looks down to the bottom. A little bit of a block. There's contact. Bailey and Wilson go to the inside wall. They come back up and crash in front of the field. LaMotta is in it. A lot of guys are in it. Rosa Laszlo. The 5 of Sear. What an insane turn of events coming down the back straightaway. Trying to find the best place to, we may as well just start from the restart. I'm not sure if the 62 maybe went too soon and got a penalty and just got out of the way or what, but he ends up getting out of the way. We'll slow it down here. We're coming off of turn 4, or turn 2 rather. Bailey gets a run. He's going to look down. The 24, Wilson's going to block. Bailey's going to dive it down even deeper. The 24 is continuing to come down the racetrack as the 19 kind of starts to point back up. From here, it's just on. You can't lock up the brakes enough. Doesn't look like either one of them did, but not a real way to avoid getting up out of the racetrack there. Nowhere for Sear to go. Smith. Oh, and Bailey clips the 9. Sending him hard into the wall. Joey Mayans likely ends his day too. Oh, Bailey goes around again. So a crazy, crazy scene here plays out. And now we've got new players up front. Alex Wegert, Charles Etienne Boucher, and Angel Hernandez. Boucher was able to get around the 45. Yeah, Leandro, you might be right on the 62's grip level there. I'm not sure if that had something to do with why he ended up pulling out of line, but everything kind of went bad for him there. He lost a ton of spots, got caught up in that crash. Really crazy set of circumstances here on the second green-white checker. We're going to go ahead and take another look, try to figure out. I mean, I think we know where that all started, but we're just going to try to get another look here. Bailey's aggressive here. He's all over the back bumper of the 24. Gets down to the inside and starts to point back up. The two just hit. It's a tough break. There's unfortunately just not much these guys can do when you got a crash coming up the racetrack like that. So Alex Wegert's going to lead him down. Charles Etienne Boucher, Angel Hernandez, Matty Forns, Adrian San Jose Arenas. Shane Posey to his outside. Christian Delgado and Jackson Carr make up row 4. Michael Hagstrom and Jason Ricketts round out your top 10. Rhea Ferris up to 11th. Casey Tomlinson, Jerry Parker, Mark Morton, Cowie Gomez, Chris Smith, Jack Yagerman, Justin Barkley, Tristan Bailey still on the racetrack, Brian Chu, Rosa Laszlo round out the cars on the lead lap. Well, Steven Sears also, I believe he's one lap down. Last chance at it. Green flag in the air, and what a shot there from Hernandez to the 84 of Wegert. Everybody's getting away A-OK so far. Side by side for second place, Hernandez and Boucher, the top two of the championship order. Now getting a draft on the 84 down the back straightaway, but not quite enough. Hernandez dives it in deep, slides up the racetrack. Is he going to have a chance to go for the race win? White flag is in the air. One lap to go here at Las Vegas in the Sin City 200. Angel Hernandez, Alex Wegert. Hernandez within 2 car lengths. Hernandez looks down to the inside. Is he going to have enough to get to him? He gets right to the back bumper. Slides up the racetrack. It's not going to be enough. Alex Wegert comes up off of turn number 4, and he's going to win the Sin City 200 in Las Vegas as they crash across the line. Michael Hagstrom got turned around there. You can take a look at that in just a few. But Alex Wegert gets the job done in an incredible race with a wild finish. Wegert, Hernandez, then Adrian Jose, or San Jose Arenas, gets 3rd place. And Wegert's gonna burn it down. You can see the finishing order on the top of your screen. We'll go through that in just a few. First, we're going to talk with our race winner Alex Weger. Gotta find him. Can't get hold of him at the moment, so we'll go ahead and jump to second place. Angel Hernandez. Angel, you got a copy?
Yeah, got you.
Well, you come away with a second place. Not usually the interview order, but you come away with a second place. Kind of walk us through those last couple of laps there. I mean, things got really hairy on those green-white checkers.
Yeah, those last few laps were a bit of a mess with just caution after caution. We only really got a good run until that last one, just 2 laps to the end. And then with the timing of those cautions, I think if they had just played out a little bit better, I could have gotten to a better position for the end of that.
What was going through your mind as you saw the top two start to hit each other down the back straightaway before that last caution came out?
Well, it was Tristan, so I was hoping that nothing would happen, but you know, they got tangled up and ended up falling back.
Well, you were able to finish 4 spots in front of Charles today. You're going to extend your points lead by a little bit more. How's that quest for another championship feeling right now?
Well, it doesn't matter too much right now. It's early in the season, so the way I've seen the playoffs work out, it's going to be towards the end of the season that really matters. The performance is there.
Well, awesome stuff, man. Congrats on a second place. Before we let you go, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Everyone in the JGR 23 side chat, Josh, Michael, Shane, Charles, Tristan.
Well, awesome stuff, man. Thank you very much for joining us. Congrats on the second place, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yep.
Now we got our winner. Alex Weger gets the job done here in a crazy, crazy finish in Las Vegas. What was going through your mind when you saw those guys come together in front of you?
Well, I told myself that on the last restart, if I'm not winning, I'm gonna park the car before the lap ends and help my dad out. That is Michael Hagstrom, so he can get more points than me because I'm just a sub. So, but after that shove from Angel Hernandez at the restart, I knew that, okay, now I just need to pray for a caution or just send it however I can and try to win it. And yeah, it worked out perfectly. But I can say that if I didn't get that great restart from myself and the shove, I would never, well, not say never, but I haven't raced in freaking 1.5 years on a track like this. Like last time I raced was Daytona for the opening of an iSNF, and I haven't raced a track like this for almost 2 years, and my arms are hurting. Okay, like I'm too old for this, but it's so fucking fun. So.
You definitely showed no signs of rust or anything like that. You were up front all day making moves, making passes, and yeah, you mentioned that shove that you got there on that restart that pushed you out front. Did you have any sort of concern that they were going to be able to get to you?
No, not when I get the restart. Then I knew that if I just like keep it the way I want, I even braked more into turn 3, so Angel would get my dirty air, so he would move up on the track. So I just executed the last lap just perfectly, I would say. But yeah, I'm really happy for this win, and yeah.
You definitely executed that last lap perfectly. Before we let you go and celebrate, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Well, my dad for introducing me to racing when I was 4 years old, and yeah, and my mom also been doing some real life racing, and my family, yeah, and iSNF also. I'm gonna give a huge shout out to the whole field. Like the drivers are really freaking good, and I was really impressed with them all today, and I had a lot of fun. So yeah, big thank you to Ria and everybody else that runs this.
Awesome stuff, man. Congratulations once again, and we'll hopefully be talking to you again soon.
Yeah, we will see. Take care.
All right, and that's going to leave us our third place finisher. Adrian, it's Liam up at the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, copy.
Well, third place is where you finished, but it really didn't sum up your day. You started in fifth. You had some up and down moments. Kind of walk us through those last couple of restarts. What did you think of that contact in front of you before that last caution?
Yeah, I know. Was totally unexpected this week, especially because this up and down that you previously mentioned. I felt very comfortable on this track, especially during the week. I've been training and I had the speed. I just been waiting for the momentum, the properly one. During the first stage, even the second, I feel that the car was pretty consistently. So I just waiting for it, because what I noticed at first is that people were burning tires a lot. So I just waiting for it, and yeah, I got lucky with the last 2 or 3 were green white checker flags. And yeah, that I just say is in the only one before the restart. I missed the first year, so I think was the 44 car. Just got in the inside line in front of me. So I think that was the momentum that I missed the chance for fighting for the race, but even that I'm happy beyond that.
Yeah, we're watching your last lap pass here. Your move on the 3 car was phenomenal. There was almost no space to make it, but you fit your car down there and you come home with third. Walk us through that last lap.
Yeah, I know that it was pretty consistently. The car was feeling pretty well. So yeah, that was the only thing that I regret a little bit, because I missed the first year during the restart, because I think I had the speed to be fighting for this race. But anyway, I got the P3, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah, it was an awesome drive. I'm happy for you. And before we let you go, is there anybody you want to thank for such a strong run here today?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the team. Julian got unlucky today because he was feeling really, really fast as well. He got the speed and the pace, and he couldn't finish it. So anyway, another chance next week. And yeah, big thanks as well for Ria, the owner. She's making possible every week in contact with the driver, filling the grid, and making this show weekly. So yeah, that's pretty much. Thanks to you guys for the amazing broadcasts as well.
Awesome stuff. Thank you. And congratulations on your podium finish. We'll let you go and celebrate.
Thank you, guys.
Well, that was your podium finishers. All we have left is to let you know where everybody shook out here today in Las Vegas. Alex Wegert gets the job done over Angel Hernandez and Adrian Arenas. Jackson Carr finishes 4th with Shane Posey rounding out our top 5. Then we've got Charles Etienne Boucher, Michael Hagstrom, Christian Delgado, Jason Ricketts, and Rhea Ferris gets up into the top 10. Casey Tomlinson, Jerry Parker, Mark Martin, Tristan Bailey, and Jack Yagerman in the top 15. Brian Chude, Chris Smith, Justin Barkley round out page number 1. We got Matty Fornez, Cowie Gomez, Rosa Laszlo, Steven Sear, Jeff Weimer, Eduardo Carrapato, Joey Maines, Isaac Wilson, Fabricio Lamana, Franz Brettschneider, Larry Fairman, John Hopley round out the top 30. Mike Iskandar, Josh Grosso, Bob Wyckoff, Chris Van Maastricht, Michael Gerby, Nathan Christensen, Julian Pastor, Charles Robertson, and rounding out the field was Shane Griffin. Matt Metler, Curtis Kelly, and Brian Treadwell also started the race, did not finish. They're not being shown on this page. There it is. Those drivers did not finish. That's going to do it for us here on Sim Racing Media after an incredible day of action here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Alex Wegert gets it done in a crazy last few laps. Appreciate you guys tuning in, spending part of your Saturday with us. And if you're not done with your racing fix, I'm coming right back in about an hour and a half, 2 hours for the Elite Cup Series. So we've got more racing action for you tonight on Sim Racing Media. Stay tuned. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Can't thank you enough. This is always a blast. We'll see ya.